Moi, c'est Ousmane Diawara. Je suis mentor pour le programme ODD. Ouais, ma motivation pour rejoindre le programme, comme tout jeune, nous avons l'envie de changer le monde, d'impacter notre communauté pour un futur, un avenir meilleur demain. Mon expérience jusqu'à présent avec mon mentoré est que ça crée une bonne relation entre l'ambassadeur et son mentor en matière de communication, en matière d'implication, en matière de recherche, surtout sur les programmes qui rentrent dans les objectifs de développement durable. Partie du programme qui m'a beaucoup impacté est que ce programme nous permet de tisser des liens communautaires, de rentrer en contact avec des partenaires locaux et internationaux et de trouver toutes les ressources nécessaires pour continuer un projet, pour avoir des projets qui auront des impacts. Le conseil que je donnerais aux jeunes qui essaient de changer le monde comme nous, de ne pas hésiter, d'essayer de faire le plus possible, d'impacter, d'avoir un impact positif dans notre communauté parce que ça rentre dans un futur, ça rentre dans l'amélioration du futur de la prochaine génération. Puis je pense qu'à travers les ODD, on peut trouver un bon moyen d'impacter cette communauté.
My name is Deborah Mahari. I go to Ambrose University and my community is Eritrean. Joining SDG, my biggest motivation is to show those who feel like they can't make it, that they can make it, that their voice can be heard, but at the same time to add that authenticity that came with their birth. Right now, we are licensing at-home parents by enabling them to take the skill that they know that is innate to them and licensing them in order to let them function in it and then add production. With my mentor, it's been wisdom, knowledge, encouragement, and support. The training, the modules, and the toolkit have been very helpful. Do it. That is the advice I would give. In whatever measure, whatever you think you have, the assets that are innate to you, use them.
My name is Megan Quinn. I am an immigrant to Canada, but I now make my home in Ottawa. I work for the Nature Conservancy of Canada as the Coordinator of Conservation Biology with Eastern Ontario. I have been so lucky to have so many incredible mentors in my life that have helped me to achieve success both in my personal life and in my career. So I really wanted to be a mentor in the Generation SDG program to really give back to the next generation of young professionals. I am very lucky that as a mentor in the Generation SDG program, I have the opportunity to mentor 3 fantastic projects happening in the city of Ottawa. Each of them has a little bit of a different theme, and it really just shows what an impact you can have working in your own community when you follow your passions. I think the most incredible experience that I've had through this program, and something that I didn't expect coming into it, is just how much I would learn from my mentees. I came into this program wanting to be able to give back to them, but really everything that they have given me, including their passion, I just find so inspiring when it comes to my own life. So I feel very lucky to have met them all and the incredible work that they're doing. I think as any young person, especially when working in the field of conservation, imposter syndrome is always there. It can feel as though there isn't any hope when you see all of the problems going on in the world. But being a part of this Generation SDG program has really taught me that for every 100 problems there are happening for our planet and biodiversity, there are 100 incredible young people that are interested and have the solution and want to work in their local communities to make a difference. I think just the idea that you can do it. I grew up in a community where I didn't have a lot of access to nature and conservation. So being able to see other incredible people working on projects and just being inspired, I think sometimes you think that you might be too young to do something or to make an impact, but you are the expert in your own community. So just knowing that and sticking with that, I think, can go a long way when it comes to working on your own projects. My name is Samantha Roxana Martinez, and I work for the Ministry of Women's Social and Economic Opportunity. I actually heard about the experience last year, and I actually wanted to join as an ambassador, but I realized that my true calling was to join it this year. I spent 3 years as a women's youth mentor, and I saw the impact that it had on a lot of the youth's lives, and I just wanted to continue that motion on a greater scale by joining SDG Generation. My experience with my mentees, it really solidifies the idea that youth need to be listened to. I've had the privilege of working, with government, and I've been listening to different stakeholders. But a lot of the perspectives that aren't being brought to the table are the perspectives that youth are actually presenting with me. And I think that government needs to make more of an effort to listen to youth voices. So that is something that I've taken back by working with the mentees. For me, the biggest experience is listening. Again, it's always the mentees for me. It's the ideas that they bring to the table. It's their approach to different solutions to the gaps and the barriers in our community. The one advice that I would give to anyone that wants to create change, it's easier said than done, but really believe in yourself. Try to block out the negative energy that gets pushed towards you. In my experiences, I found that the negative energy that gets pushed onto you means that you're pushing the right boundaries, right? So continue on with it. Have a close network with you that always supports you. Don't listen to what anyone has to say. Always follow your heart. And that's what I would end up with.
Bonjour tout le monde, mon nom est Jean-Michel Latotte, je suis originaire de la Gaspésie, au Québec. J'ai terminé mes études de l'an passé à l'Université Laval. En ce moment, je travaille pour Affaires mondiales Canada, aux affaires parlementaires. De nos jours, on voit dans la communauté ou dans le monde des enjeux qui impactent beaucoup de gens à travers des différentes communautés. Et mon désir de contribuer à un monde meilleur. Il y a des initiatives où juste inspirer des jeunes avec les expériences que j'ai vécues pour les aider à avoir un impact dans leur communauté. C'est mon objectif, aider les gens et contribuer à un monde meilleur, si je peux le dire comme ça. En ce moment, je suis mentor, donc j'accompagne 4 jeunes dans leurs projets, dont un sur la diversité culturelle, l'autre sur l'inclusion et la santé mentale, et un autre projet sur l'environnement. Avec mon expérience alimentaire, c'était très bien. On a des groupes bimensuels, mensuels pour certains. C'est beaucoup de l'écoute active que je fais de mon côté, leur donner quelques pistes de solutions à différents problèmes qu'ils ont lors de la réalisation de leur projet. Sinon aussi, support émotionnel avec l'école et le travail sur certains beaucoup de la difficulté, que je les accompagne à ce niveau-là. J'ai bien aimé rencontrer différentes personnes avec les différentes activités qu'on a. Le book, on est environ une cinquantaine, une soixantaine. Ça nous permet de voir différentes visions sur des différents enjeux qu'on doit faire face, voir différents projets, rencontrer de nouvelles personnes, faire des nouveaux contacts, de nouvelles amitiés. Donc, je pense que c'est ça l'idée du programme, vraiment réunir des gens qui sont passionnés pour faire une différence dans le monde. Soyez passionnés, ne vous laissez pas décourager par les gens qui vous entourent. Vous allez avoir des embûches, mais il ne faut pas se décourager. Des fois, en voyant long terme, en basant en continuant à travailler fort, ça va se réaliser. Croyez en vos rêves, croyez en Hi, my name is Obit. I'm from the city of Barrie. I just graduated from Queen's University, and I'm working for the federal government of Canada at the Canada Border Development Agency. Growing up as a part of the South Asian community, and more specifically the Sri Lankan Tamil community here in Canada, I've experienced a lot of challenges that my community has faced in overcoming a lot of struggles regarding a lot of the intersecting SDGs. So that really motivated me throughout my childhood as well as my academic journey, and then currently in my job, to really do whatever I can through a variety of different types of initiatives to really put myself out there and take a lead role on tackling some of the different SDGs in even little ways in which I can try to make a difference. And that kind of led me to the Generation SDG program here at the United Nations Association in Canada. I'm currently working on Youth Justice, Voices of Canada, which is a program that I've started to develop right now that connects youth in the city of Barrie to the city of Barrie's police service to try and develop a way in which youth in the city are able to voice their sentiments and experiences regarding the city of Barrie's police service, and to then kind of try to begin fostering more positive relationships through which the city of Barrie can kind of foster new programs and initiatives that better cater to the needs of the youth in the city. And through my initiative, I've been working on developing a research report that's taking the sentiments and experiences of youth and grounded that research in the policies that exist with the city of Barrie, policies and foundational programs and initiatives, and then kind of begins to kind of recommend any amendments that can be made to those based on the sentiments that gather in coordination with the research about the policy. I'm currently an ambassador with this program, and I've really had a lot of positive encouragement from the staff here in helping me to develop my project. Well, as a mentee, it's been really great where I've been able to kind of take my experience, my background, passion for wanting to interact with the SDGs, and specifically through my project, which focuses on SDG 16, through this initiative with the United Nations Association in Canada Generation SDG program, I've been able to learn a lot more about the different SDGs and how my project can kind of go through the different phases of discovery, implementation, and a lot of the planning, as well as a lot of help in terms of coordinating resources for how I could engage more effectively in my own community. I think the greatest part about the Generation SDG program that's impacted me specifically is the sense of community through which this program has brought student leaders, student and youth leaders together from a variety of communities across Ontario, Quebec, as well as Alberta. And that's been really inspirational for me to be able to see the different passions regarding the different SDGs that everyone brings to the table, as well as everyone's drive to want to be the impact change in at least a little way in which they're able to in their own communities. And through that inspiration, I've been able to kind of leverage that to my own drive and be able to kind of create these relationships through which I know I'll be able to kind of be driven to kind of further develop my own project, knowing that there's a community of people working to inspire and drive change. I'd really just tell youth to put themselves out there, because even if you're able to kind of make a small difference through your individual work and then mobilize yourself as a part of a collective movement, any kind of little difference has a great impact. So just put yourself out there, even if you don't know if you're capable. I will tell you this, that whatever way you choose to get involved in different types of initiatives, especially the Generation SDG program, it all has a positive impact. Just put yourself out there, take a leap of faith, and just try to develop your own project and then come up with a plan, because what you can do will have a difference.
My name's Taylor Campo. I go to Brock University. I'm currently studying forensic psychology, criminal justice, and then I work for the university as well. I wanted to join Generation SDG because I really want to help out in my community in a way that I see that is a need for my community. I really want to focus on like peace, justice, and collaboration between police and other different areas of my community. This was a great opportunity for me to be able to do that. I'm working on developing resources for missing individuals within the Niagara region to start and then hopefully to expand. I want to have a all-in-one place where you can get information on who is missing, resources for what to do if someone you know goes missing, what the rights are, all the fun stuff that goes along with that. Yeah, she's been very helpful. She is helping me more with the website aspect because that's something I'm getting used to, getting more familiar with. She's been really helpful giving me tips and advice of how to design and what platforms to use going forward. Getting to meet and talk with the other mentees of the program, getting to hear their projects, what they're passionate about. I'm doing a solo project, so it's really nice to get to hear from other people working in groups or other solo projects that are similar and aligned with my ideas and that they're unique ideas as well. Make any connection you can in your community. No step is too small. I'm very big on progress over perfection, so anything you can do, nothing is too little. Talk to teachers, talk to community leaders on sports teams. There's always a way to get involved. Sure. So my name is Muskan Wurij. I'm from Brock University, and my occupation is I'm a student. I wanted to gain a better understanding of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030, so I decided to apply for the Generation SDG program to gain a better understanding, but also meet like-minded people that were also very passionate about the SDGs. So right now, I'm actually working on these care packages within the St. Catharines community. At the moment, the Niagara/St. Catharines community is facing issue of homelessness, and I want to be able to generate some type of impact that is sustainable long term. Therefore, I'm hoping to create care packages partnered with school programs. So not only am I trying to begin with solving with the homelessness crisis that we are facing in the St. Catharines community, but also educating the next generation, which is kids from the ages of 12 to 18 on what the SDG goals are and how you can contribute change as well. It's been amazing, actually. So I've been able to meet her, and from there, she's been actually able to help me develop my idea further and kind of make it more realistic. And it's been very rewarding because I've been able to gain more experience and understanding of my problem. I think meeting with everyone here, everyone comes from such rich, diverse backgrounds, and it's been very interesting meeting everyone and getting to know one another from different school programs and how passionate everyone is about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I think the biggest advice I would give is just start. It is a little hesitant and you may feel a little nervous starting, but you can do it. Take the risk because you never know what's going to happen from there. So apply for the Generation SDG program because it will be life-changing in the sense of it'll help you gain a better understanding, but also meet other like-minded people that are also passionate about these goals so you can create a sustainable change. So my name is Parola. Currently the community I am supporting is the Ottawa-Gatineau region, and I currently work for the federal government. So I had a passion, and my passion was zero waste, especially seeing all of the environmental crises going on and all of the food being thrown into our waste and creating emissions. And so I thought that having SDG as a foundation for me could really help me accelerate my project and help others. So currently I'm working on a zero waste catalog with different recipes as well as tips on how to preserve food properly and also how to refill at home in order for people to kind of save food longer, use their produce longer, and to also help with our emissions and our landfills. So far, my mentor has been great. She's really been guiding me and kind of showing me the ropes. Starting, I didn't know what I was doing. This is the first project I've ever begun in my life, and she's just been such a great role model and inspiration, helping and guiding me. The part of the program that had the biggest impact on me is definitely how much of a community it is. So my project is very individual. I'm the only one working on it with the help of my mentor, but it's the fact that I get to commune with this SDG community in order to help me learn, accelerate, develop skills that I didn't have before has really been what has allowed me accelerate in my project and just have a great project overall. If you have a passion, just start. There's a community to back you up. apply to the SDG. It's a great opportunity for you to help others if it is your passion area. There always needs to be a gap.